Eh, ok, mi sento. Perfetto. Allora, si inizia l'atto 10. Un atto 9 un po' interessante, ecco. Forse un po' sulle lunghe, ma credo sia necessario. Però mi aspetto tanta roba dall'ultimo atto. Dall'ultimo atto della Song of the Welkin Moon. Tararam. Allora, eh, vediamo un po' se posso fare tutto. Ah, sì, vedete, le ho fatte prima. Pulini sullo standard. Non ne ho. Perfetto. Sono una situazione per iniziare. Ok. Allora, di qua abbiamo i pilastri, colonne.
Ah, fresh air. A wondrous feeling. Naturally.
Naturally.
Ah, I have a sudden urge to stretch my legs. Can anyone recommend a suitable leisure activity? I might have had some recommendations for you were this the past. But here and now, for someone who has just left prison, there could be no greater joy than simply being outside of it at last.
Questi tre li vedremo in eventi random, sicuramente. Rientrano comic relief, tipo gli adepti.
I could not agree more.
Però mi sono simpatici. Che dite voi due?
As I thought, the so-called 7 pillars of King Deshret are as underwhelming as ever.
What do you mean? Not a fan of the boys' club?
Boys Club?
As men, as individuals, and even as gods, they are entirely undeserving of my attention.
Esatto.
Al-Akhmar once commanded me to select a king from among the people, so naturally my eyes will open only for one who is worthy.
Ugh. Can we talk about something else? It all sounds pretty complicated, and I haven't read that many storybooks.
You think this is a mere story? Well, many would also say that the journey you shared with your father is not but a tale. My life, your life, they are nothing but stories. Little girl, it appears that you really have grown. In the past, you would have flown into a blind rage at my words, but now you are unperturbed.
Oh, it's nothing. I just feel like you're right. Getting all pissed at someone for telling the truth is pointless. It only makes me look petty.
Esatto.
This alone is proof enough of your growth. You're doing well, my dear girl. You're becoming ever stronger. Strong enough to defend the people and things you hold dear.
Anche lei lo pare un po' migliorata.
You think so? I hope you're right.
Scusa. Che altro abbiamo? Beh, che fine ha fatto Scara? Wanderer. Che aveva Satos e Nefer. Allora, che abbiamo i due prof. Il torneo modello cosa sta facendo? Che altro dovrebbe fare quello che sta facendo il suo... Quello che sta facendo il tuo. Immagino. E con loro c'è anche con lei. Immagino. Sono praticamente inseparabili, vero? Io non ho doppiato. I nostri vecchi dicevano sempre che i giorni di scuola ti restano dentro per sempre. E questo vale ancora più su Mero, dove i giorni di scuola possono essere davvero lunghi, non trovi? Ti sembra forse una cosa? Dovendo sopportare te e Hadi? Oh, come dici? Sei già stanco di noi? A proposito, Hadi. All'improvviso mi ha detto che scarabocchiava sui libri mentre studiava. Non facevo certo mica solo quello quando stavo sui libri. L'ultima volta ho cercato il nome dell'assassino in un romanzo giallo e che per far sì che lo vedessero tutti l'hai scritto l'assassino è Tizio come indizio su frontespizio per giorno. Tipo che bro, non si è cambiato per niente. Ad esempio mettere come i giorni di scuola non si superano mai per davvero. Mm-mm. Apri con le te. Non lasciarti schiacciare la pressione. Ok. Che dicono loro due?
Do you hear that? Sounds like your teacher is scolding mine.
Ok.
Huh. Classic.
Did you see her? She's a former Vahumana student who dropped out of the academia and went to Nodcry to work as an intel broker. There's more to her than meets the eye.
How can you tell? Do the Matra have information on her?
Some, but nothing telling. I'm basing it on the fact that she seems to be an expert liar. She can fool many with her words.
Yeah.
A sixth sense for liars after investigating so many of them, I take it?
Yep. What about you? What do you make of her?
A little earlier, in the corner, I noticed she gave some supplies to Chet and had her deliver them to the main group.
Ma che
She's
carina.
meticulous and highly observant.
Besides, what was it you said? Making it to the top is no easy feat in any profession. Anyone who's at the top of their game has to have some sort of edge over others.
That's true,
Moto.
but she's not the only one at the top of her game. I also am. And so are you.
Sure, but what's to guarantee she won't overhear us talking about her?
Don't worry. I have my methods.
Mhm.
Sethos is distracting her.
Certo.
Ah, I see.
Sei un po' un personaggio nefer.
You must be Sethos, successor to the Temple of Silence. Hello.
Yup, that's me. Nefer, right? That's what I heard the others calling you. Judging by your outfit, I'm guessing you come from the desert too?
That's right. Started off in the desert, went to the rainforest, then went from there to Nodcry, where I work as an intel broker.
Huh. Well, this is interesting. You don't seem to talk about yourself all that much.
Molto ridotta.
Yet here you are, volunteering your life story to me. However abridged.
Maybe I'm looking to make some new friends.
I like making friends too. I'm easier to talk to than Sino and a little more streetwise than Tainari.
Which is why you came over this way, giving me the chance to strike up a conversation with you.
Was I that obvious?
I think you did fine. You were mindful of my attitude and hoped to lure me in through sentiment.
Lure you in isn't exactly how I'd put it. I see it more as an invitation.
An invitation to what?
To put down your luggage. Lay down your burdens. To return to your homeland. And be truly welcome in the place you once felt so estranged from.
Carino, però non credo sia quello che vuole lei.
You're a more interesting heir to Bamun than I was expecting.
Since you're familiar with my grandfather, I'll assume you're aware of our situation. I'd like to make friends with you. And I think you'd be a great asset to us. Not to mention the power you and I both hold. Originally belonged to the same organization.
Aha, there we go. Now we're getting somewhere.
Ovviamente. Andiamo avanti, va. Abbiamo parlato con tutti. È il momento di iniziare atto 10. Attendi per un po'.
You must be the ones tasked by the Academia with renovating Aru?
I guess.
That's right. Good afternoon. I'm Kave, and these two are Termezi and Naisaburi. Hey, I'll hate them. Come and introduce yourself.
We've met before. This is Thoth, the Ibis King, and everyone knows these two. Afternoon, gentlemen.
I've only ever seen these two in murals.
The paintings in the temple. They show us chatting, playing cards, playing chess. Precisely the
uno.
activities we most enjoy,
Sì,
funnily
mio
enough.
Edka non è che giocano.
No, only you enjoy playing chess. We were just humoring you.
I wouldn't go that far.
Back to the matter at hand. A preliminary assessment by the Academia indicates that this project requires expertise in various disciplines, including the deciphering of ancient texts, mechanical engineering, the restoration of ancient ruins, and elemental theory. The most capable minds in their respective fields are here before you. If there are no objections, we'd like to begin our work.
The artisans who built Aru for Al-Ahmar gave their very lives to create this splendid work. Follow their example by giving your utmost devotion to this project.
I didn't know that. We'll do our best, of course, but we certainly won't be sacrificing our lives.
Such brazen words. Humans these days are a far cry from their
Giovani d'oggi.
ancestors. What little respect you show for King Deshret.
No, that's not what he meant. Please, don't mind him. He shares your sentiments, just not your, penchant for hyperbole. Assuming that's what you were going for?
I just think it's important to manage expectations.
Forgive my lack of courtesy, but we simply can't sacrifice our lives to the gods on completion of the project like people in the legends of old. Here's a first draft of the project proposal for your perusal. Please let us know if you have any requests. Normally, I'd have made it look a lot more visually appealing, but we were really pressed for time on this occasion. I hope you'll forgive me if it's a little rough around the edges.
Naturally.
Actually.
If my fellow ministers deem this meager display of respect sufficient, I suppose I can consider agreeing their proposal.
Why are you so preoccupied with the ostentatious displays of respect to Al-Ahmar? We should be trying to make things easy for them. You never know. We might have to rely on these
Quanto è
young
buono,
people
Todd.
to look after us in our old age. Exactly.
This is Aru's mainframe. Be reminded to use it with great caution.
We certainly will. Thank you for your assistance.
You may attempt to lay out punishment should you so desire, though I'm afraid it would be futile. You and I both know that certain components of Aru can only be operated by humans.
King Deshret always believed in humanity. Still, the reason that Aru's modules are designed that way is not so much because he trusted them, but more because he was wary of you.
Is that true? No wonder human artisans helped to build Aru then. He actually required human assistance to create his greatest work.
Oh,
Naturally.
perché erano
Have you
nemici
noticed
prima?
the Goat King keeps giving superficial responses?
Yeah.
It's like he's just
Naturally.
going through the motions and leaving the real debate to his colleagues.
He understands the art of perfunctory speech. That's what earned him his position as the Minister of Ministers. It seems the rumors about King Deshret being a poor judge of character are baseless after all.
Excuse me for being blunt, but it sounds suspiciously like you're putting yourself on a pedestal and mocking me.
You're mistaken. And while there's nothing strictly wrong with making every conversation about yourself, it's not exactly a positive tendency either.
Guys?
You? Ah, whatever. I knew it'd be like this working with you. All right, let me past. I need to look at this console.
It's your job to activate it after all. Let's begin. Everyone, please proceed with the external checks and preparations as per the procedures outlined in the engineering plan.
Dai. Oddio, che si avvicina.
Hello there, young
Oddio. Che colpo. Bruh.
Whoa, the Ibis King came to life. What do you mean, came to life? I've been alive the whole time. You did say we could start our research, right? Are you having second thoughts now? I've reviewed the proposal. The work you're planning to carry out on this grand device is ambitious in its scope. You have ample confidence in your abilities, I take it?
I wouldn't say I'm feeling hugely confident, but given how bad things are, I'd rather at least try something than sit around waiting to die.
Bravo, caro.
You are the top scholars of your day. I trust you are aware that there are countless links between Aru and the Akasha.
Aru and the Akasha? But I thought the Akasha was the Academia's greatest technological accomplishment, created years ago by the Dendro Archon to help her people access knowledge.
Aspetta. No, ma sono sotto l'effetto di Irvinson, eh? O mentre stavano in Naru non potevano essere soggetti all'effetto di Irvinson. Quindi se... No, aspetta. Voglio andare avanti. Sto partendo per la tangente.
And you too? Do you not know either?
You've read the instruction manual, right? You tell them.
An instruction manual? The Akasha has an instruction manual? The Dendro Archon is a kind and thoughtful god indeed.
Forse... Oddio, è molto più tech del previsto. Cioè, tipo... Questa roba illuminata. Mi piace.
It used to sit on a shelf in the corner at the House of Dana. Not the most popular read. If the manual is to be believed, Aru was in fact the original inspiration for the Akasha system.
What? But there are so few records about Aru anywhere. And practically none of the scientific expeditions into the desert had anything to do with it.
Perché Roccadevata lavorava in collaborazione con Deshret.
But this is something you could not possibly have known. You may have heard many stories about the desert, but what is the most important aspect of history? Consider this a quiz. Anyone from Vahumana present?
I'm from Vahumana. It's, well, veracity.
Precisely. And a large part of veracity is the chronological order in which events occur. I may as well tell you. In the beginning, Nabu Malikata, the goddess of flowers, descended upon Sumeru. The glory of the heaven was within her. She brought life, oases, and knowledge to this land. Then she created the Jinn, enlightened them, and ordered them to serve her. Two other gods also walked upon this land where wisdom flowed in abundance, and the three met beneath the great green trees.
Esatto.
It was the first and greatest alliance. We should speak with reverence of this covenant between the three, which transcended both time and life. For they promised that in Sumeru, wisdom would be shared with all. All the great changes in Sumeru's history began with the goddess of flowers. For King Deshret's sake, she pried into the secrets of Celestia, and for this was burned to ashes by the flames of wrath.
Si sapeva sta cosa?
So grieved was King Deshret by her passing that he lost all interest in state affairs and devoted himself instead to the knowledge that she had brought back. It was after learning of the technology from that floating island in the sky that he first conceived of Aru. And so, the Akasha was inspired by Aru, while the basis for Aru itself came from Celestia's technology.
Per questo è blu. Lo stesso blu della, tra virgolette, tecnologia di Naberius. I guess.
Well, if the two share a common technological origin, then connecting one system to the other is an entirely feasible idea.
Unbelievable. Have you no reverence at all for celestial technology?
No.
No, I do, but there's no time for that. The schedule is too tight. Blame it on the deadline.
Che poi, se è tecnologia celestiale, dov'è che l'abbiamo vista? Allora, l'abbiamo vista nell'Irminsu, quando con Scara siamo andati a vedere, diciamo, l'albero un po' più tecnologico. Quello pure. L'abbiamo visto in tutto il deserto. Anche queste proiezioni sono fatte con la stessa tecnologia. A questo punto. L'abbiamo visto. Oddio, non so se. Oddio, potrebbe pure essere. I bozzoli delle Dayline corrose. Che abbiamo visto prima. Poi anche l'Atlas che ha usato il Sibling. Utilizzava questi effetti un po' tech blu. Interessante.
Perhaps you could try coming up with our cutoff dates.
You know what it's like having to turn around 5 different drafts in one day? I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy.
Yeah, also, Sir Ibis King, you don't plan on getting directly involved at all, do you?
Yes, well, you strike us more as having come to give a popular science lecture. Or, wait, does this count as more of a first-hand witness statement?
Neither. Anyway, this sounds like far too much work for me.
Still, if Aru is so powerful, why didn't King Deshret use it for more ambitious ends?
Because it was never fully completed. King Deshret had grand plans, but he perished before they could come to fruition.
Yeah. Si è sacrificato.
In the beginning, his wish was to create something that could rival the very world itself. The Lord of Flowers sacrificed everything for that ambition. What he desired, she bestowed, and thus was knowledge brought into the world. Her courage and sacrifice had to be honored with the most splendid of monuments, or King Deshret would surely have deemed it a grave injustice.
Fu così che la conoscenza giunse nel mondo. Forbidden knowledge. Quindi è stata dea dei fiori. Comunque, io ne parlo anche King Deshret. Mi sta troppo simpatico. Non so se sia il termine giusto. Mi piace come figura.
Etched with a sacrificial and courageous love. Even in its unfinished form, it deserves to be treasured. At that time, King Deshret said the following to the Lord of Dendro.
Quale signore Dendro, eh?
Since we share an eternal covenant, I shall never be your enemy. Hence, the fruits of wisdom from the heavens is not to be devoured. Remember, It is not that I lack the power to become the enemy of wisdom. Yet you and she have taught me much and shown me kindness. For this, I cherish you both.
Yeah.
In the end, Aru was only used to store a portion of the souls. It was but a primitive form of the masterwork the king had envisaged. His final hope for Aru was to return to the past, when she yet lived.
So the point you're making is, King Deshret was both powerful and ambitious, and he only ceased his imperious ways out of affection for the goddess of flowers and the Danger Archon.
Sì.
You could see this as an act of mercy, but you could also see it as the sentiments that lay between these three gods placing constraints on him. This was, after all, the foundation of the alliance between them.
This explains why Aru was both a prison and a monument, and why the answer to the three questions was time.
You have to be careful who you get involved with, or you invite all manner of misfortune. This is as true for gods as it is for humans. Love is the same. It is both a prison and a monument.
Bella frase.
All right, let us pause the story here for now. Seeing as you've been so diligent, I'll offer a little help.
Davvero?
Who's in charge again? Is it you two?
Ah, yes, me and him.
Now then, close your eyes.
Oddio.
Wisdom hides in the space between the tangible and the intangible. It is to convey the incommunicable through the simplest of mediums. By the power of King Deshret, I shall grant you a glimpse into the unseen secrets that lie at the threshold of existence.
Cosa?
Where did this come from? Is it a new mechanism?
It looks more like some form of externalized information. You've rendered it visible?
Just as the Akasha allows you to access a greater range of knowledge, the power of our king permits one to perceive ingenuities that do not belong to this world. This is no ordinary mechanism. It reflects the internal structure of Aru. Whether you choose to increase or decrease, keep or discard. Come, use these to achieve the outcome you desire.
Looks mechanical to me. Better let me handle it, just in case. But wait, how do I get up there?
Turn around.
Turn
Where the
around.
elevator is.
Tra infiniti cammini la casualità si estingue nella mente immobile. Oddio. Ok. Esamina i meccanismi. Oh, ok. Sono scemo. Cosa abbiamo qua?
Obelisks were used to record important
Sì.
information in the ancient desert civilization. Hey, Al-Haytham, there's some writing here I'll need you to decipher. I've sent it to your screen. Do you see it?
Got it. It's a little blurry, but I should manage.
Take a look and tell me what it says. Oh, and I'll send any other similar text directly to you from now on.
Come stanno usando uno schermo.
It's a variant of an older script. Herein lie verses written for the Yellow Sands. Looks like cultural information from the age of King Deshret.
If so, I suggest you delete it.
Perché?
Words thrown together merely for fun.
I had no idea Aru kept a record
Ah.
of this.
Well, as long as you're certain that this is strictly private information, that's fine.
It is unimportant.
All right, well, I guess I'll start now.
Che bello che cade al suo momento. Allora, verso dove va? Ok, di no. Vai. No. Sbagliato. Devo farlo arrivare prima. Ora dove va? Lì. Ora faccio andare qui. E da qui. Ok. Non lo so. Un altro obelisco.
Found some more. Sending them over to you now.
These are all reports about the Gurubad conflict.
Oh.
Can we delete them?
I'd say so. Most of this information has already been archived anyway.
What if there are details in there that Vahumana missed? What are we supposed to do if they come after us in the future?
They'll just have to live with it. If we don't resolve these issues now, there won't even be an academia in the future, let alone a Vahumana Darshan.
Yeah.
Ok,
right.
yeah. Ha senso.
Okay, done. There's some other similar monuments nearby. I'll check them out.
Oddio. È bello protetto quello? Allora, vediamo dove mi porta questo. Ok, va proprio a schiantarsi. Quindi io farei... Vediamo un po'. Ah, è a tempo? Ok. Allora, faccio questo. Poi faccio partire questo. E giro questo. O forse non era a tempo, semplicemente. Vai.
Another monument.
Hold on.
You're still reading it? How long is it?
It records the development and governance of the Oasis civilization. Most of it concerns the Jinn, but it also contains records left by the artisans who built Aru.
Ok.
Is it important?
Some of it. There was no way for me to read the whole thing in its entirety, so I had to rely on my intuition to pick the parts worth keeping.
What about the artisans' records? What do they mention?
They're speculations, mostly. For instance, they were wondering how to protect themselves if King Deshret decided to silence them after the construction of Aru was complete.
Sounds like pure mythology to me. Surely that kind of thing didn't really happen.
The records do emphasize that this was merely their conjecture based on various myths. Still, the artisans did leave details of their plans to survive, including blueprints for their escape route.
Even that got recorded? Okay, well, I'll make a copy of this first before I delete it.
Is that truly necessary? You won't be needing those.
No, the blueprints are important. I want to keep them as a memento.
Oh. Quindi?
I think that should just about do it.
It meets the requirements of the contingency plans, so we should be good.
I gotta say, it's the strangest feeling, this cross between reality and the intangible. It's like drifting between life and death, or in and out of a dream, using my own hands to manipulate illusions that are forever out of reach.
Chasing dreams in the most literal sense. Definitely a novel experience.
what happens if my spirit just floats away?
That won't happen. Anyway, I wouldn't celebrate just yet if I were you. There's likely to be a phase 2 of this project.
Decisamente.
All right. I'd better keep my wits about me then.
Che dicono ora?
I expected that the outside world no longer respected the ancient gods, but even so, I do find the tone of these youngsters to be dreadfully impolite.
Vabbè, sono un po' un boomer.
It should hardly come as a surprise to you. I remember you saying the same thing last time.
I assumed that was just a one-off. I did not realize it was the norm.
Don't you think that young lad's matter-of-fact tone sounds familiar? It bears a rather uncanny resemblance
È vero.
to you, Goatee.
Surely a sign that he is a man of rare intelligence.
Oh. The rest of them, though, much better. The blonde-haired one, for instance.
Almeno.
So sincere. That's the kind of kid I can respect.
No.
Oh, really? Well, what about your disciple, Nefer? She's about the furthest from sincerity that a person
È
can get.
vero.
Ah, and now you hit the crux of the issue. Thoth is spouting lies again. He cares nothing for sincerity. He likes Nefer simply because her personality is just like his. Thus, in giving his approval to Nefer, Thoth is simply validating himself. The rest is but smoke and mirrors.
You have some nerve saying that. There really is no helping you two.
Shut up, chess rookie.
Principiante degli
What nonsense is this? How dare you tell me to shut up?
How can you engage in such
Oddio, ci sta pure lui.
chatter at a time like
Oh.
this? Aru has been opened. The glory and splendor of a bygone age is about to sweep over the earth like a flood. And you're here squabbling like petulant children. All three of you are insufferable. King Deshret was merciful, indeed, giving you a chance to be released from prison. I say, you should have been locked up for good.
Ah, but Bennu, look on the bright side. Had they not been released, we would not have been awoken.
Oh. You've been here this whole time. You should be scolding them along with me.
Cioè, io non biasimo Ape per essere diventata così. Se sta in mezzo a sta gente.
I missed Hermanubis. It's not a real reunion without him here.
And now you're avoiding the topic and talking to yourself. Why King Deshret designed your personality like this?
Isn't this simply proof that our king supports my free will?
Oh, look at those two rust buckets. Suddenly, you two do not seem so bad after all.
Here, here. If being stuck together for thousands of years fosters no friendship, I cannot say what would.
Naturally.
Vabbè. Sto tizio. Naturally. Alicetti che ne Aletham. Girato le spalle. E qua c'è. Nessuno. Ok. Voglio parlare con...
How's it going? Are things progressing smoothly?
Well enough, I suppose. You know how it is. The work itself is only half the problem. The other half is having to work with Al-Haytham.
I'm sure the feeling is mutual. Honestly, though, I thought you two had already worked things out.
As if. Turns out working closely together is the best way to expose any tensions lurking beneath the surface. Besides, I just think that some people never change.
Agreed. Case in point, you didn't make sure I was out of earshot before you started complaining about me.
Old habits die hard.
Actually, this is for your own good. Maybe if you spend a little more time listening to what other people have to say, you might actually realize that you're the problem.
Naivete is another old habit of yours.
I had assumed that you both volunteered for this project, like us forest rangers. But now I'm getting the sense that wasn't the case.
Definitely not. We were assigned to it by Lesser Lord Kusanali and Nephis.
As much as I'd love to be doing normal work for
Quanto sta per
normal
riappare?
clients, these Titan projects are all that's on offer right now. Though I'm sure they wouldn't be roping us in if they had any better options. Just goes to show how short-staffed the academia really is.
I'm sure you've prepared yourself mentally, but I still feel the need to advise you to lower your expectations. It might make the process of working together a little less intolerable.
I know! Same to you!
Madonna, sti
You
due.
already understood that. You should also know not to say the quiet part out loud.
Why don't you come help me with my forest patrols? Might help you avoid any further disagreements.
Good suggestion, but unfortunately, differences of opinion will always exist. Changing the nature of the work won't get rid of them.
For once, I actually agree. There is zero chance of us ever resolving our differences. Zero! But even so, the work must be done. Care for some coffee?
I'm glad to see you making progress.
Don't act so smug! It'd be nice if you made some too!
I feel like even I've made some progress today. In the past, I never would have dared to try and mediate a conflict between you two while you're both right there in front of me.
Apologizing probably makes it sound like I'm in the wrong, but... I'm sorry.
I was just kidding. Truth be told, I don't have any work to do at the moment, so I'm just here to kill some time.
How's Kale?
She's studying with Nicole. I'm not sure how she's getting along, but she seems to be in good spirits at least.
I wouldn't worry. Angelic affairs are probably above your pay grade anyway.
I know what you mean, but Sino and I are still a little concerned for her.
Beh,
He
sono
said
una
he'd go keep
famiglia.
Kale company after he's finished training the mercenaries. I'm planning to join them myself shortly.
Kale will be okay. Have faith in her. Even we can see how much more confident and outgoing she's become in these past few years. Thanks to you and Sino being there for her and providing guidance every step of the way, she can finally stand on her own 2 feet.
On her own 2 feet.
Does it feel bittersweet? Watching the younger generation grow up and move on.
No, not yet, at least. I was just thinking, I wish there was more I could do for everyone.
She'll be fine.
Yeah, she will. Just
Ma lei che
try
stiamo a
to
fare nel
relax.
frattempo? Ok, parli a diavolo. Vediamo un po'.
Traveler from afar, do you worry for the fate of Sumeru as well?
Sì.
Sobek the Crocodile King! Greetings, Crocodile King.
Please be at ease. I'm just here to chat with you about Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Sounds like you really care about her.
Yes, although to be exact, it is a mixture of both concern and curiosity that I feel.
Speaking of Nihida, Paimon was wondering how she's doing.
Wait a moment.
Huh?
What is it?
I tried calling out to a pep, but there was no response. This can only mean that she is focusing all her energy on taking care of Lesser
Ma che
Lord
brava.
Kusanali.
All the gods who served King Deshret seemed super surprised to hear that a pep agreed to help Nihida. Guessing she made a bad impression on you or something.
Are you aware of the history between her and our king?
Sì, ma non per lei. Vabbè.
Then you are learned indeed. I'm glad to know that Sumeru has the support of someone like you. At the end of his life, King Deshret tricked the Dendro Dragon into swallowing him whole, leaving her to bear the torment of his sins. The Dendro Dragon despised King Deshret, yet he outwitted her. Rather than bringing disaster to the land, he chose to deceive her and thereby ensure his annihilation. An act that surely displays his love for humanity. The Dendro Dragon stands for the glory of a bygone era. She hated Al-Ahmar and what he represented. All the gods, all the power they wielded. And so, her willingness to help the Dendro Archon through this crisis comes as a great surprise indeed. It makes one wonder whether perhaps the Dendro Archon assisted her in the past.
She did.
Yep, Nahida did her a huge favor.
Racconta il sapecchio di come Neila abbia aiutato a liberare Peppa dalla sua sofferenza.
So Lesser Lord Kusanali put an end to the Dendro Dragon's many long years of torment. As much as she loathes the Seven, a pet knows kindness when she sees it. No wonder she was willing to make an exception.
Yeah, that's the sense we got from dealing with...
She is not incapable of coexisting with other living things. Rather, she actively chooses to avoid coexistence. And this despite the fact that she symbolizes life itself.
Life, huh?
All of this being said, I wouldn't expect too much from her if I were you. Nothing will change her hatred towards humanity and gods.
We'll keep that in mind. Anyway, how much longer do you think Nahida needs to stay with the Pep?
Dovremmo andare a prenderla?
For all we know, the Fatui might still be in the desert. Just to be on the safe side, why don't we grab anyone who isn't busy right now and go look for her? I'm alright, Paimon.
Neila!
Huh? Was that Nahida's voice?
It seems the treatment was effective.
Since when do my deeds require your evaluation?
Oddio che carina.
Here will do just fine.
I had no intention of taking you any further. One ought not expect greater generosity than they have earned.
You always hide your kindness away like an oasis within a sandstorm. Only those who make it through the swirling winds can know just how beautiful that oasis is, and how much hope it brings.
You dare appraise my being?
No, I'm expressing my gratitude.
Oddio quanto mi mancava la voce di Neila.
Awake already. You are more resilient than I thought.
Pep. I feel much better. Thank you.
Gods and their gratitude mean little to me. I would rather you give me your assurance that the situation with Irminsul and Sumeru's ley lines will be competently managed. If I suffer any ill effects from the ley lines, you, as the god of this land, will be held responsible. And you would not enjoy being held to account by me.
I understand what you require, but I would assume this task even if you did not demand it. Sumeru is my responsibility. I must resume my duties as soon as possible.
A farcical notion. God of Sumeru, I hope you realize how unextraordinary your strength is.
And yet, maybe it is precisely what defines me. A god of wisdom is not meant to rule by force.
Then hold steady. We go forth.
Well, I'll be. Is that a pep? Do my eyes deceive me? Of all places, the Dendro Dragon has decided to visit the mausoleum of King Deshret?
È vero.
I see that after all this time, El Ahmar's menagerie of ministers remain as vile as ever.
It's a pleasure, Dendro Dragon. Had you arrived but a little sooner, you might have attended a meeting of the Seven Pillars.
What a nauseating thought. You are not the first insects I have had the displeasure of dealing with today. A swarm of them tugged on my tail on my way over. Goodness knows what hovels they crawled from. Why do all the creatures of this world remain so lowly after all this time?
What did you do with them?
I cast them away. What would you have me do? Keep them as trinkets? Booer, this is where we shall part ways. To be clear, I do not wish to see you or anyone else here ever again, unless absolutely necessary.
Vabbè, questo è stato.
Then I wish you peace as you return to your dwelling place.
Grazie per aver aiutato Aida.
It matters not to me. Simply refrain from bothering me again.
Madonna immensa, Pepe.
A force to be reckoned with. At times like this, I feel glad that she has no interest.
Hold on, just hold on, okay?
Oh mio Dio. No, no. Screen.
We made it.
Soros. Soros.
Uh-oh, I'm gonna fall.
Oh mio Dio. Mi hanno schiacciato. Ti tengo io. Oddio, ma che cute.
Oh, that's a relief. A pair of safe hands indeed.
Oh.
Dendro Archon's familiars. They are the last.
Huh? Wait, what are the Aranara doing here? Don't you guys hate the desert? Obviously, I was worried about the Dendro Archon. I've been supporting them with my party powers the whole way here. Oh, they seem pretty nervous. Is it because there are too many people around? Not just people. It's all these non-human beings.
Madonna, sembrano molto menacing.
Hard on them. I can't believe you made such a long and dangerous journey just for my sake. I appreciate your support so much. Thank you all. I'll have to ask everyone to wait while I help our new arrival settle in. Once I'm done, Traveler,
Scusa, Naida.
shall we find a place for our friends to stay?
Certo.
Awesome! Let's go! Well, first I have some questions.
Rispondi alle domande di Naida, mettendolo al corrente di tutto ciò che è accaduto.
Okay, I think that covers everything. Thank you. We can...
Oh, scusa, di nuovo. Madonna. Allora, progressi missione salvati. Adesso direi... Vediamo se posso parlare con loro. No, non posso. Vediamo, mi seguono. No. Ok. Adesso pausa. Riavvio il timer di GeForce. E rieccoci. Andiamo. Dai. Ora ci sono quasi tutti gli attori. Che carini. Ma no. Ci sappiamo. Oddio. Ah, ma... Oddio. Uh, che fortuna me ne sono accorti. Perfetto. Niente, stavo ammirando gli aranà. Perché non posso correre? No, non parlano. Wow. Il grande drago lì dentro ci ha lasciati in aria. Lanciati in aria. Che paura. E ci sono così tanti in aria. Su con la vita, rapaz. Ci stanno guardando tutti. Aspetta. Ci stanno guardando tutti. Sicuramente tutti con Nero non possono vederci. I Nero sono sempre così indaffarati. Non stanno mai fermi un attimo. Nasconditi, nasconditi. Non farti prendere Nara. Possono tenersi la pentola, ma aspettano. I Nero non possono prendere la pentola. Mia sorella ha detto che devo prendermene cura. I Nara stanno arrivando.
Hello, everyone. It's only us.
Ah, signore Dendro. Non Remitti? Ben che no. Quanto tempo?
It must be very tough for you coming all the way out here, especially since you don't like the Voluka. Is everyone back in Vanarana doing well?
Aragia è un albero di Vasara. Gli alberi di Vasara proteggono una rana. Quindi Aragia sta proteggendo una rana. Non preoccupatevi, tutti quelli che sono rimasti faranno il loro meglio per proteggere la casa. Anche noi faremo la nostra parte.
Everyone's here. Good.
Soros.
Are you okay? You look like you were about to pass out back there. Then you're forgetting who I am. Don't underestimate me.
Soros, la potente rossina volante.
Red Fla- Oh, excuse me. Are you comparing me to Paimon?
Pensa che ti serve?
I suppose everyone is gathered here because of me. As we can see, the situation is critical, and everyone is very busy with their various tasks, so...
Serve aiuto? Arapas può aiutare. Possiamo aiutare tutti. Arapas porta una pentola per fare il zuppa. Siamo tutti qua per aiutare.
I can't think
Oddio,
of
la
enough.
la la la
Right
la
now,
la
we're
la
focused on
la.
restructuring Aru, processing excess information, and helping restore everyone's confidence. I'm sure you'll find it all very straightforward. I can help too. Just let me know where I'm needed.
No. Insieme. Mentre uscivano a Varana abbiamo visto alcuni Nara parlare in segreto. Nara maschi e tremavano qualcosa di rosso. Infatti, due Nara che si aggiravano fortemente. Alla riba. Riba delle carovane. Ah, ok.
That definitely sounds suspicious. Traveler, Paimon, I have other work to attend to here that needs to take priority. Could I trouble you to investigate the situation Arabalika spoke of?
Andiamo noi.
No problem. Leave it to us. Thank you. I'm counting on you. There's one other thing. If you are to work alongside the people of Sumeru, you will need to make yourselves visible to them. Is that acceptable to everyone?
Poverino. Immagino non ci sia altra scelta. Non avete paura, Arabas. Prepara la zuppa più deliziosa. Più deliziosa. Piacerebbe.
There's nothing to fear. No one here will hurt you. But if you do feel afraid, don't worry. Just call my name and I'll be there.
Carinissimo.
Very well. Now, I shall bestow a small blessing upon you all. Whenever people see you and interact with you, from the moment their gaze meets yours, they will experience the most beautiful of dreams.
Lei da solleva dolcemente la mano. Non sai cosa abbia fatto. Avverte una presenza meravigliosa, come se qualcosa che è uscito da un sogno incantevole. La luce del sole filtra tra i rami, scintillante come il foglio d'oro. Gli alberi sussurrano dolcemente nell'ebbrezza, mentre l'acqua scorre intorno alla sinfonia. Il tuo cuore si gonfia come un palloncino, colmandosi di piacere. Ci sono ancora cose molto terribili da risolvere, ma in questo momento tutto ciò che provi è pace, amicizia e amore mentre ti trovi fianco a fianco con decine di altre carote creature della foresta. Le persone intorno a te girano la testa e scrutano i dintorni, anche loro sentono la stessa cosa. Voci antiche parlano dalla foresta, rasseneranno il cuore di tutti. Non temete e non abbiate paura. Non lasciatevi sopraffare dalla tempesta.
Do not fear. We will face it together. This too shall pass.
Ma sì. Io posso parlare? Ok. Il toro? Ok, non posso interagirci. Ok, è il momento di andare. Aggiungi riflesso. Quindi impersoniamo una Nida. Ok.
Ah, everyone's here. Wonderful.
Dendro Archon, you're back. Are you recovering all right? You mustn't push yourself too hard.
I'm doing very well. Thank you for your concern.
Mi urta che stanno in mezzo all'acqua. I studi soggiornano una Nida.
I see. Using the power of Aru to reboot the Akasha and gain access to Irminsul. It's a sound plan, although I regret to be the bearer of bad news. But with the state that Irminsul is currently in, it's impossible to access
Davvero?
via traditional means.
Alas, we had feared this may be the case.
And what about non-traditional means?
Non-traditional means?
Are you saying...
Desperate times call for new measures.
Cosa? Oddio. Bella come dei personaggi.
Squall Fury.
È sempre il boss finale che ti attende.
Ah, it's you. Is there a situation?
Dov'è?
The
Wonder-
Aranara have good intuition when it comes to people. In other words, there may well be a traitor among us.
Given everything that's going on, I'd be more surprised if there wasn't.
Miss Nefer, as a professional intelligence broker, I trust you have a solution?
Not one that I'm willing to volunteer. What's in it for me?
Let's say I'll treat this as a pilot project aimed at expanding your intelligence operations. Whatever business you're in, an avenue to demonstrate your abilities could never hurt.
I like the sound of that. Glad we're on the same page.
Given that you rarely set foot in Sumeru, practically no one at Caravan Rebot knows who you are.
I take it you've read the files on everyone in the area?
Yes. I also skimmed the list of evacuees, and am more or less up to date on where everyone stands.
Any initial suspects?
Limiting the scopes to males whose recent activity could be viewed as suspicious. I've identified 3 names. The Aranara saw 2 people talking, but currently we only have 1 suspect. The other person was probably just a messenger, and in all likelihood has already left Caravan Rebot.
Everyone is heading for the desert per the evacuation order. Anyone willing to turn back at this stage is almost certainly with the Fatui.
There's no way it was a spur-of-the-moment decision to act at a time like this. This spy must have been planted long ago. We need to smoke him up from wherever he's hiding.
Sounds like you have the beginnings of a plan.
Scambiano rapidamente informazioni e si restringono il campo delle notizie rilevanti.
I see. Your suspicions are well-founded. I'd be watching him too if I were you.
So far, we still lack solid evidence that he's been bribed. He hasn't made any recent purchases that would indicate he came into some cash.
Then let's get closer to him to confirm before we make our move. I can handle it. I'm not based in Sumeru, so barely anyone at Caravan Rebot knows who I am.
And you're certain you've never encountered this person in Notcry?
I'm certain. Besides, it's extremely rare for me to have had any direct contact.
Oddio, no, scusa.
Stay out of sight and wait for...
Oltre jet. C'è modo che abbia potuto vedermi volta prima allora. Resta nascosto nei miei segnali, mi sembra che cosa aspetto. Porterò il tizio verso la strada principale.
Understood. I'll take it from there.
Excellent. Well, it's a pleasure working with you.
Noi siamo tipo spettatori.
Darker skin, scars, frequents the desert and has ample combat experience. Nothing unusual about how he dresses or acts. What's that he's looking at?
La sua mano?
A coin.
No.
Interesting. Could that be how his contact paid him? Conveniently discreet for someone trying to hide any unexplained income. And yet it could be highly valuable. Sorry to bother you. Has everyone here already left? I don't suppose you happen to see a lady wearing a hat?
Ma'am? What are you doing in Caravan Rebot all by yourself? The main group evacuated some time ago. Didn't you pass them on the road?
My friend and I lost some of our cargo along the way. I didn't want to miss out on potential business, so I told her to go on ahead and meet the client while I retraced our steps. I didn't think it would be so late by the time I found it. And then there was a terrible sandstorm. I guess I must have taken a wrong turn, because I didn't see any large groups on my way here.
Forgive me for asking, but just to be on the safe side, could you describe this friend of yours?
Sure. She has blonde hair, and
Nicole.
she's wearing a hat and a white dress. You'd definitely know if you'd seen her.
Yes, I think that does ring a bell. Ah, my apologies. During this exceptional time, the Corps of 30 are under orders to be extra cautious when dealing with unknown people, whoever they might be.
I understand. Well, sir, is there anything else you need to know? If not, I'd better try and catch up with them.
Hey, wait!
Mm?
They left a good while ago now. You'll never catch up with them on your own. Why don't I give you a ride? I'm here to collect the last few people anyway. We have plenty of carts, so one more won't be a problem.
That would be amazing. Traveling with a group will be much safer. I'll have to pay you for your trouble.
Hey, let's not worry about the money for now. Wait here a moment. Once I'm done packing up, I'll take you to join the rest of the group.
All right, thanks. Let me know if you need a hand carrying anything.
No need for that. I'm strong enough for both of us.
Okay. Well, I wish there was some way I could repay you. Guess it's my lucky day, running into someone who knows what they're doing here. You might have just saved my life, you know?
È una brava attrice.
You're not wrong there. I mean, what kind of cargo is so important that it's worth risking your life to get back? I hope for your sake that it's priceless.
Actually, I suppose I can tell you, since you've been such a big help. But be sure to keep it to yourself, or we could both be in big trouble.
Oh, really? Sounds mysterious.
We're in the antiques business. You understand? Some of our goods aren't acquired through the most legitimate means. We have to be very discreet when we're selling them. That's why I had to go looking for the missing cargo alone.
Ah, no wonder. Well, ma'am, in that case, it turns out that maybe there is something you could do for me.
Cosa?
I'm all ears. But to be clear, our commission isn't cheap. Think carefully before you ask. We don't want to ruin our relationship before we even hit the road.
I'm sure that won't be a problem. My issue is, I have something that's a little difficult to sell on as well. Take a look at this.
Vecchia moneta, graziosi affari non ne avrà visto molti oggetti in riguardo nel tempo e riconosce come un oggetto molto raro e di grande valore. Antica moneta utilizzata per pagare il mercenario d'oro puro. A prima vista è difficile comprendere la provenienza geografica, se venisse venduta da un assoluto collezionista frutterebbe parecchie ore.
Pure gold. That's quite something. How'd you come across it? Dig it out of some ancient tomb?
If you look hard enough, there are many treasures to be found in the mausoleum of King Deshret.
It has no distinct Snezhnayan markings. That'll be why he's going with that story. And he clearly doesn't want to arouse suspicion, so he's on the lookout for an opportunity to make a quiet trade.
Sì.
Surely you have an existing business partner. Won't they take it off your hands? I hope I won't be attracting the wrath of my competitors by helping you sell this.
The shop I used to work with is having cash flow issues at the moment after losing some money. I'm under enough pressure as it is without having to deal with them. On the off chance anything went wrong, I'd never get my money back.
I understand. Gold is the last thing that traders with cash flow problems want to see. Well, in that case, I think we can work something out.
As it happens, I'm just about done packing. Shall we make a move?
Sure. Let's walk and talk.
This evacuation was a huge operation. They needed a few people to stay behind and tie up loose ends. And I ended up being one of them. You're lucky you ran into us in time.
I certainly am. I don't know how this happened. One thing led to another, and look how it ended up. I just hope our client doesn't get spooked and cancel their order.
Fingers crossed. But either way, life goes on, and we all have to make a living somehow.
Hands where I can see them.
General Bahamatra! No, wait! What are you doing?
This is the coin? Good. Sadly, you won't have the chance to spend it.
Nicely done. Looks like Sumeru's Matra are a well-oiled machine nowadays.
Unmarked gold coins are quite difficult to trace. Thanks to you, we have secured the evidence. Here's what's gonna happen.
Se non esce il gruppo, quasi volte se ne va con il sospettato. Ritorna con le informazioni che è riuscito a ottenere.
Southeast from here, leeward side of the hill. That's where he's meeting his contact.
Great work. Candace tells me your interrogation skills are highly effective.
Che cazzo ne dice? Le dice battute?
Hers are quickly catching up. She's improved a lot in recent years. Looks like it's over to you for the next step.
Tocca a noi.
I'm quickest on my feet.
Ah.
Because you know how to trail a target. Plus, it'll be easier to monitor their activity from the air.
Fine. I'll be quick.
One more thing. The Traveler just brought a message from the Dendro Archon.
Aspetta, lui potrebbe riconoscere Pantalone. Se è
We're to meet him at the
Pantalone.
mausoleum of King Deshret.
Got it. Will do.
Are you sure you'll be okay on your own?
Gee, I don't know. Maybe you should come with me.
Okay. Then Paimon's coming with you.
Really? You do know this is a stealth operation, right? Meaning you have to be quiet.
Paimon? Are you sure about this?
Well, Paimon at least wants to give it a shot. Like everyone says, if you never try, you'll never know. Besides, being the best guide into that has to count for something. This should be a piece of cake.
Lui non voleva.
Fine. Join me if you want. But be warned. If anything goes wrong, I'll have to gag you and shove you into a bush.
Ma in che senso da soli Paimon e Wonder?
Paimon will be super careful. Promise.
Good. Then what are we waiting for? Let's go.
Però anche a lui fa piacere, dai. Oddio, siamo... Comunque sì, Lumino non sta facendo niente.
We're here. Now we...
Yeah, cool. Cool.
What's on your mind, Paimon?
Huh? Nothing?
I thought all you cared about besides being a guide was food and sleep. Why the sudden urge to go on a dangerous mission?
Vero, perché?
What's that supposed to mean? Paimon's been on plenty of dangerous missions before.
But never on your own. You hardly ever leave the Traveler's side. Just saying. I'm kind of at loose ends right now. So if you did want to share, I suppose I'd have to listen. If not,
Dai, che si preoccupa.
makes no difference to me.
Hat guy? Do you think Paimon is useless?
Oh.
What? Where's that coming from?
When we were in Notcry, Paimon suddenly realized something. Even though Paimon's with the Traveler every single day, whenever we face real danger, she can't do anything to help.
È vero, tipo mi ricordo anche... Reri l'ha ignorata. Non riusciva a liberare Lumin da... le mani, diciamo. Di Reri. Pure contro il dottore non ha potuto fare niente. Ha fatto rapire... Cioè, non ha fatto rapire, però comunque in sua assenza Lumin è stata rapita.
Paimon doesn't get like this very often. She just got really scared when the Traveler got kidnapped that time. What if she never came back? What would Paimon do then? And the more Paimon thought, the more useless she felt. Paimon doesn't want to be a burden. Paimon wants to be a friend who's actually useful. Does that make any sense? You know, that feeling of just being completely useless and...
Paimon.
Paimon probably sounds so ridiculous right now.
You asked the right person. Boy, do I know that
Eh.
feeling.
Oh, that guy!
I'm not gonna try and encourage you. What I will say is this. When you start doubting yourself, you have two choices. Give up or change. You have to make the decision to move forward. Otherwise, no amount of consultation from other people is gonna help you.
Vero.
So ask yourself, what do you want? To get stronger? To learn more? Whatever it is, go do it. You won't have any regrets if you can at least say that you tried.
Che belle parole. Oh.
Something's not right. Shouldn't they be here by now? Paimon, is it just me? Or is it a little too quiet around here?
Should Paimon take a look?
We'll give it another hour. If nothing happens, we head back.
Un'ora. Wow. Tempo passa ma non succede nulla.
How strange. We've been here for ages. Where the heck are they? Have we been stood up? What is it? Did you think of something?
Something feels off about this whole situation, but I can't quite explain why. We know for sure that the guy Sinocot had something set up, yet somehow his contact is a no-show. So, either the handler got caught, or, more likely, they decided to cut our guy loose.
And how would they know to do that? Wouldn't they at least send someone here to check things?
That's the problem. They couldn't possibly know what's happening here. Unless... This feels all too familiar.
Yeah.
Come on, let's head back.
Dotto. Anche se non so quanto dottore sia vivo.
Even though this isn't a
Veramente.
formal meeting, I'd still like to start by saying how grateful I am to each and every one of you. Thank you all for coming here and standing by our side.
Shesipank and Bennu are currently assisting the scholars with the maintenance of Aru. Please forgive their absence. As for Hermanubis, may he rest in peace. We remember him with greatness.
There have been times when I imagined what it might be like to meet you all. Now that it's really happening, I feel quite emotional. Time has taken many things away, but that which remains is all the more resilient.
I must say, there is one thing that rather surprises me. You appear to be in good spirits, Lesser Lord Kusanali. But even so, I can sense that the life force given to you by the Dendral Dragon has far from fully resolved the problem of your vitality.
Oh no! So even a Pep's power didn't work? Don't worry, Paimon. It worked very well indeed. The issue is how closely I am tied to Irminsul. Until the problem with it is resolved, there is no way I can fully recover. Sumeru has undergone tremendous changes during your absence. When gods pass away, inevitably, people's faith in them grows weaker. You must have sensed it already. Your power is not what it once was.
È vero.
Regrettably, this is
Cioè l'indemnitium lo chiamano a Fontaine.
I too have grown weaker due to the effects of Irminsul. Right now, we're all in sorry.
Then what you suggest?
We take all the help we can get. Sumeru is our shared home. You and I, gods and humans alike. We must unite all our strength in this moment.
Though Al-Ahmar is no longer with us, the alliance between the three gods is in force. Regardless, as subjects of our king, we have a responsibility to support Sumeru through this catastrophe. Not to mention that it was the people of Sumeru who released us from this. Times have changed. The people of today possess greater wisdom than those of the past.
You really know how to give a rousing speech, Koti.
Now then, let us learn more about your plan.
C'è Paimon? Aspetta, non ci ho fatto caso.
The brightest minds, busy opening and
Io sta leggendo un po' oggi forse.
They claim it has something to do with Irminsul?
Correct. Irminsul has existed in Tibet since the very beginning. But during
Momento
the
moto.
age of the dragons, it did not it holds today.
Ok, quindi non aveva lo stesso significato prima.
After the heavenly principles arrived, the power of the light realm was divided into elemental energy. Irminsul was refashioned as a device that records and preserves all information. Since then, everything in this world has been inextricably linked to it. As the Dendro Archon, I have a duty to protect Irminsul. To Sumeru, it is both a national treasure and undeniably a major threat. Tibet has seen many upheavals in the last few years. The most recent of these was a major crisis in Outcry, which forced Sumeru to be even more vigilant than usual. I made sure to monitor all the pathways through which an outsider could potentially transmit themselves into Irminsul. But despite my efforts, a major problem still arose within. I still believe that someone has actively invaded Irminsul. But rather than taking any of the pathways I referred to, the intruder chose instead to utilize the most direct route, and the only one that cannot be protected against, by entering Irminsul through death.
Oh no. Quindi è questo. Quindi quello è veramente dottore.
I see what you mean. You cannot simply stop all deceased souls from returning to the ley lines because of a potential invasion that could occur at any time.
That's right. As important as it is to guard against external threats, I couldn't allow myself to stop the souls of the departed from finding peace.
Please, understand how difficult this predicament was for the Dendro Archon.
Defense has never been an easy task.
After Irminsul was invaded, my authority was quickly restricted. Soon after that, began denying access to any connections.
I'm sure you feel responsible, but you are not to blame. No one can predict every possible disaster. There will always be trials and tribulations for the world to endure.
But the people of Sumeru should not have to endure this. We must find a way to break through the lockdown and connect to Irminsul.
And this is why you need Aru.
Yes. The only thing in Sumeru capable of rivaling Irminsul in terms of overall function and performance is Al-Akhmar's legacy, Aru. All I managed to do before falling into a coma was make some minor adjustments to Irminsul. Using Aru is a last resort, and a move that comes with enormous risks. The scholar's initial plan was to borrow Aru's power to reboot the Akasha, then use the Akasha to connect to Irminsul and investigate. Unfortunately, Irminsul has suffered far greater damage than they first thought, rendering that plan futile.
Messo già così male.
To rise to the challenge, we had to resort to more extreme and far costlier means. This has led to a number of new contingency plans. To reclaim Irminsul, our brightest scholars have made further modifications to Aru with multiple goals in mind. I thank you all for giving them your blessing in this endeavor.
Human wisdom has clearly improved over the millennia. You have not only our support, but that of the Jinn, the Aranara, and the Pari.
Tutto converge.
Together, bring in our power to save Irminsul.
By the way, when you spoke earlier of an intruder, it almost sounded as if you knew who you were dealing with and what
love.
Well, since you ask.
Oh, cavolo, proprio mentre lagga mi vuoi fare... Che cazzo succede? Oh mio Dio. Irminson. Eh? È questo quello che succede?
Master Tainari! What is that?
È l'Irminson.
Is this Irminsul?
How did this happen? What's going on inside?
Luckily, we managed to evacuate everyone.
What in the world was that? That was terrifying!
Da quindi è la catastrofe contro cui hai combattuto per questo tempo?
Oh my. I understand now, Dendro Archon. You make yourself quite clear indeed.
Not once over the millennia has Irminsul been so terribly afflicted as this.
Please continue, Dendro Archon.
Irminsul's root system is what comprises the ley lines. In the past, it has always been hidden away, going unseen by the general populace. But now, an evil intruder is making it reveal itself. It has become a tree of unbridled greed. A clear sign that a deranged experiment has advanced to a new stage.
Blasphemy. Where I stand, an experiment in the name of blasphemy sounds rather improper. But if we are to honor Dottores' will, this is what we must do.
The birth of this tree proves to me beyond doubt that this incident is connected to him. But to explain the situation in full, there is someone I need to tell you about.
Con il linguaggio più conciso e possibile, Neda spiega ciò che è successo secondo messaggero dottore. Zandik e i suoi crimini sono incalcolabili.
Zandik. So it was him. I saw him in
Sì, è vero, nell'evento.
a man of supreme arrogance. So this is where it has taken him.
But didn't Dottore die and not cry? How is he still able to do all this? He must still have loyal followers amongst the Fatui. Even so, I'm still unclear as to how he has been able to wield such a profound influence over Irminsul.
I can confirm that Fatui forces have arrived in Sumeru City. Furthermore, Irminsul seems to be undergoing some kind of mutation. Evil branches are beginning to grow. Things that do not belong to this world are slowly but surely materializing. Sorry, I couldn't think of any other word to describe it. They don't seem to be fully formed physical entities yet, after all, but they are gradually becoming real.
A bale climbing up into the heavens.
Speaking of Dottore, I have some information.
A comando raccontare come lui e Pam si sono recati a punto d'incontro solo per scoprire che non c'era nessuno.
I didn't think it was wise to state this out in the open. But my theory is, the mole wasn't cut off after he was caught. They wrote him off from the beginning.
You mean the Fatui never intended to follow through with him? Then why plant a mole at all?
It's hardly a conventional strategy, and it is pretty twisted. But as it happens, I know someone who works exactly this way. And when it comes down to it, his goals are very simple. He just wants to confuse people, so they can't figure out what he's up to. He's been a collaborator of Dottore's from the outset. That fact alone confirms that Dottore is involved with this somehow.
Alcuni sussultano nel sentire questo nome, mentre altri ammutolscono. Chiaramente tutto questo c'è molto di più di come avesse immaginato. Neda procede a convocare tutte le parti coinvolte per una riunione prolungata. Neda fornisce una spiegazione dettagliata al nemico della potenziale portata della crisi. Dopo aver ricevuto ulteriori informazioni, Nicole e Nefer viene formulato un piano e tutti si preparano a mettersi al lavoro. Ok. Silly, ciao!
Much to be done. Everyone, please remember our core strategy.
As per the discussions, the following groups must act immediately. Mr. Alhaitham and Mr. Kave, the next phase of the Aru renovation project must begin right away. Godspeed to you both.
Oggi vedi, wow.
We'll give it everything we've got.
The plan looks feasible, but the implementation will require certain resources.
General Tresino and his team will help to procure the materials required for modifying the terminal.
No problem. I've already spoken with Sethos and Hat Guy, and they've agreed to assist me.
This kind of thing is best left to the fleet-footed, right?
If it's efficiency you're after, we're the right people for the job.
Following up on the elemental energy amplifier we discussed. Ms. Dory, I assume you're the one most familiar with the status of this project. Aside from the Dendro Archon, of course.
That's right. Leave it to Lord Sangama Bay.
Oggi forse staffa un po' di...
Well, I'd like Matt Razan, Kale, and Nicole to support Dory on the technical side.
You can count on us.
Will do.
Rest assured, I'll take good care of Kale.
Oh.
Dia.
Madonna, perché stanno in mezzo all'acqua?
You'll be in charge of negotiating between the various parties. I trust you remember our goal.
You bet.
Oddio, c'è pure Candice.
Good. I believe it covers everything. Tainari will provide ad hoc support as needed, if that's okay.
Poor Tainari. Must be tough being Nephis' student. Getting bossed around all day, every day.
Hey, don't try and drive a wedge between us, you old rascal.
All it says to me is that Master Nephis has faith in everyone's abilities. While I'm nominally here as backup, I doubt there will be many situations where my help is needed.
Exactly.
Finally, Traveler, you and I will head to the border between Sumeru and Natlan.
Why?
Once that task is complete, I'll be asking some of you to accompany me to the Eternal Oasis.
Ok, quella dove stavano i tre troni. Sì.
The Eternal Oasis? I thought that was just a legend. So it does exist after all.
Regarding your trip to Natlan, under normal circumstances, a meeting between our two nations would be a far more formal affair. Unfortunately, Sumeru is all but completely cut off from the outside world at present. So regretfully, we won't be able to give the Pyro Archon Mawika the grand reception that she deserves.
What? Viene Mawika? No, non fatelo venire. Si fregano la Gnosi. Non farlo. Faremo il nostro meglio.
Too much pressure on yourselves. That goes for everyone.
Right. Especially you, Dendro Archon. I'm sure you're still feeling quite weak.
Don't worry about me. The Dendro Dragon's light force will sustain me. Plus, we'll be there every step of the way. Nahida will be just fine. Yes. I believe in myself. And I believe in every one of you. Well, time to get going.
Ok, momento di riavviare il timer GeForce perché mi sembra un momento importante questo. Assolutamente calcolo. Sono andato a idratarmi e mi raccomando, in questo tempo si deve bere. Lo spoilerone, se intendi il boss di dottore o spoilerone, intendi questa qui. Oddio, mi dice batterello sulle cuffie. Immagino non sia uno spoiler. Comunque è lo screen preso dal trailer. De... Boh, quello è Funebre Signora. Internet Lazo. Sì, sì, è tipo 4 anni. Allora, mettere a caricare le cuffiette. Quindi switcho quelli col cavo. Si sente? Oddio. Si sente? Hello? Oddio. Ah, no. Oddio. Ok, si sente. Io però ho le cuffie rotte. Quindi non si sente benissimo. Oddio, non so quanto riesco a sentire l'audio del gioco, però.
Sure feels good to get away from my desk. Now, where's a good spot for a nap? Weapons need regular maintenance. Take good care of them, and they'll take care of you when it matters most.
Dice sì così? No, decisamente no. Vabbè, cercherò di sentire il meglio possibile. Sì, mi si sono rotte le cuffiette, quindi stavo con quelle wireless, ma non le ho caricate a quanto pare. Vediamo un po' se riesco a sentire i dialoghi.
To what extent we can implement the final plan depends on how successfully the Akasha can be modified and configured. And to make sure the configuration works, Aru will also need some further optimization.
Yeah, no surprises there.
Che cosa? Il... Quando ho tolto le cuffie che si è sentito...
Once we roll this out, any Sumeru citizens who already have Akasha terminals can simply continue to use their existing devices. This still leaves us with a significant equipment shortage, though. Many groups of people were never issued Akasha terminals, including mercenaries, the desert folk, and many others.
We'll need a supply of rare materials for the renovation of Aru and the production of new terminals. Right now, the best place to source these locally is from the primal constructs within King Deshret's mausoleum. Time is not on our side here. It's gonna be a race against the clock.
The Aru merge and renovation project will have to be carried out by you two. Everything's riding on this, so failure is not an option. Best of luck to you both. As discussed,
Sto praticamente giocando senza audio, non so se sia la cosa migliore da fare.
source the required materials. Mr. Sethos is quite familiar with the layout of King Deshret's mausoleum. With him accompanying them, things should go quite smoothly.
I have every confidence. In the meantime, we may as well take a breather.
Makes sense. There's not much we can do until the materials arrive.
Get in formation and stay close.
What is this, boot camp? Knock it off.
It's just Sino being Sino. You know what he's like.
Everyone clear on our mission objective. Look at the excess primal constructs, dismantle them, and extract the required materials.
And King Deshret's 7 pillars agreed to this?
If they're just sitting there doing nothing, we might as well put them to use. Thoth's words, not mine.
Diciamo, durante la storia vorrei provare l'esperienza del gioco con l'audio, No, mi dispiace. A me piace leggere i dialoghi e sentirli. Oddio, carina animazione di Sino. Certo, si scherza sempre, ovviamente.
Luck can swing the results of a single game, but it's bound to run out sooner or later.
Sì, direi di aspettare che si carichino le cuffie. A questo punto. Tanto. Ho giocato un paio d'ore praticamente. Un'ora e mezza. You know what? Voglio perdere un altro po' di tempo. Quindi sai cosa faccio? Allora, chiudo questa live, così si salva il VOD. E ne riapro un'altra.